Today we'll be making a helicopter. For this, we'll need a few materials. A rubber band, cardstock, a paper clip, a popsicle stick, a hot glue gun, tape, scissors, and a plastic propeller that can be found on Amazon or Walmart online.
For the first thing you want to do is you want to draw a picture of this helicopter on your piece of cardstock. So you don't really have to make it exact, just sort of sketch out what you would like it to look like. And we'll mention a little bit later why the shape of this is important. So just kind of sketch that out. So kind of looks like a dog bone, and we'll cut that out. And we want to use cardstock instead of like regular paper because it has a little bit more resistance and it helps it whenever we release the propeller. Paper would be a little bit too flimsy to do what it needs to do. All right, so this is our helicopter. So I'm going to be using hot glue, but you can use pretty much any type of material you want. You can use Elmer's glue or wood glue or just tape, that's fine as well, whatever you have. I like using hot glue because it's a little bit faster. So I just glued the cardstock onto the popsicle stick. Well, you see a little bit higher on the edge right here. And I'm just going to add a little piece of tape on the back side just to help it from bending so much whenever we let it go. So I just added a piece of on this side. All right, and the next thing we're going to need is our paper clip. So we're just going to take our paper clip and just kind of bend it out a little bit like this. Okay, and what we want to do is just attach it onto the bottom of our popsicle stick so that the loop is facing upwards. All right, so I'm going to hot glue this as well. You can tape it or whatever you have to use. Just add a little bit more just to make sure it's on there good. And just to be sure that it doesn't come off, and take a piece of tape and put that around as well. So just and wrap it around. So now it should be in there. Good. Right. So I'm going to take one of our propellers. Right, you can see it has a little piece on the bottom right here. That's where you can fit just a popsicle stick, and it has a little loop on the side, and that's where we're going to attach our rubber band to. So you just kind of place it on top of that popsicle stick, and it should be able to rotate like that. All right, so next we're going to have a rubber band. So yeah, I like using these thicker ones because they provide a little bit more resistance whenever we're trying to twist them, and it really helps it to be able to fly a little bit easier. So I just wrapped it around this loop up here and stretched it down, and I wrapped it around the loop that's sticking out of the bottom of this popsicle stick. So now that you have that, you just kind of rotate it. So different propellers are going to have different ways of rotating. So if you look at this top part right here, you can see there's a little bit of a notch, which means if I want to rotate it this way, it's going to keep it from rotating the opposite direction. So these are designed to kind of rotate in a certain direction, so it'll either cause it to go up or go down. see this one, I'm able to rotate it whenever it's going clockwise. So clockwise will push the air going down and cause the helicopter to go up. So you see I rotated it once. I want to keep rotating a little bit more. So you see up here that it starts out forming a larger knot, and what you want to do is kind of keep rotating until you can see that going down. So eventually it's going to get to the bottom, and then it's kind of like double knotted all the way to the bottom, or double twisted, and then you're just going to be able to let it go, and it's going to be able to fly away. And the purpose of this cardstock that we have here, you can see whenever we're rotating it and it wants to go up, what's happening to this is that the air is pushing it down, but it's also trying to rotate the popsicle stick, right? So if we didn't have this, piece of cardstock on here, the popsicle stick would just rotate by itself, right? And there's not going to be that resistance to have it go up the way that you want it to. So that's why we kind of designed this popsicle stick to kind of look like a helicopter, because it kind of provides that resistance whenever keeping it from rotating due to the propeller trying to twist it. So you can actually experiment with different shapes, right? You can make this just a rectangle, or you can be a little bit more creative and maybe make some bat wings on Halloween. Just whatever you like to do, and just have fun with it. And maybe experiment a little bit more. Like, what happens if I add even more rubber bands here? Is it going to do better? Is it going to do worse? What if I use a thicker or thinner material for this, right? So it's the whole thing about engineering. We just like to kind of change variables and see how that affects our design and what we're trying to do.
Thank you so much for joining us to make your own helicopter today. We hope you join us for the next video. While you're here, check out EPSCoR's website for more activities you can do under the Education tab. And check out our Nature Sunday Academy page too. When you do this activity at home, feel free to take pictures or videos and tag us at EPSCoR. Tell us all about your fun with STEM at home. Thanks for watching.